We are live in downtown Los Angeles. It's the NBA here on 2K Sports. Kevin Harlan here with Clark Kellogg. And now the opening lineup for Boston. Rondo and Allen make up the backcourt. Kevin Garnett and Jermaine O'Neal at the 4 and 5. And Pierce. Let's catch up with Doris from the sideline.
Well, Kevin, I had a chance to talk with head coach Phil Jackson. He pointed to Kevin Garnett as being the key to stopping this team. He told me that in the case of a player like KG, who can score, rebound, and block shots with an equal level of effectiveness, it's imperative they keep the ball away from him at both ends of the court. We'll see if they can be successful, guys.
And thank you, Doris. Great history between these two teams. Clark doesn't get much better than Boston, Los Angeles, Lakers, Celtics for some intensity.
Without question. I mean, you go back and think about all of the championship series these teams have competed against one another.
And he flushed.
He went hard all the way right there. There's no back down in this guy. He's got one speed forward.
Oh, was that nasty?
Very.
Remains late to the finals.
Yeah, you know, Kevin, that's understandable, but he and the Celtics seemed to get healthy just in time for the playoffs, and I think that made all of the difference.
Shots good by Kobe. How much do you think Clark Garnett's persona as a player has influenced this Celtics team?
Kevin, that's been a big factor. I mean, you think about the Celtics, how they dominated the Cavs and the Magic with defense, focus, toughness, and the will to win. A lot of that you have to attribute to Kevin Garnett. Oh, man, shots like that will make a coach lose his hair.
Outside Gasol. Great anticipation.
I think this quarter particularly, we're seeing them having trouble keeping possession of the ball. Far, far too many turnovers right now.
And Clark, when you see the kind of plays where they're unable to run their offense, as a coach, you start getting concerned.
Oh, without question. I mean, you have plays set up, you know your players can run them, and then they throw the ball away. You don't like to see that. They're not concentrated, trying to make a play, but it's about court awareness, understanding not only where your teammates are, but where's the defense. You've got to be able to understand and see both. He has almost supernatural bounce.
Lakers with some changes. Barnes comes in for Ron Artest. And Derek Fisher is subbed in for Steve Blake. And then for Boston, Kristich is checked in. And it's the Lakers' ball. They trail by 6. Here's Kobe. Rebound by Ray Allen.
When you take a leaner like that, a difficult shot, it's going to hurt your chances, no matter which way you cut it.
Pierce inside the three-point line. Gasol with the rebound.
Shocking how wide open he was. Even more shocking that he couldn't sink it.
And Fisher kicks to Barnes. Kobe with the steal. Now Pierce defending. Kobe gets the bucket. Kobe's got his second bucket.
He's just so gifted offensively. He's a tough guy to match up with.
Rondo passes to Allen. A missed 3.
The defense dodged a big one there. He'll usually make that shot in his sleep.
Here's Fisher. He's picked up by Rondo. And Fisher kicks to Gasol. Out to Kobe. Knocked loose.
Good heads-up play.
Is here for the Lakers. Lamar Odom. He's checked in for Bynum. And it's Brown in for Kobe. Making a switch here are the Celtics. It bounces out of bounds after the shot. Probably the big surprise of the playoffs last year was how the Boston Celtics ended up really taking it to the Cavaliers.
You know, Kevin, it went 6 games, but you could kind of tell that the Celtics were in full control of that. The Cavs never really seriously threatened them.
Again, Allen missing. Lakers trailed by 4. Rondo gets the whistle for blocking. That's his first foul.
First personal foul, team's first.
Back door!
Here's Fisher. Down low. Deflects the pass. Brown kicks to Barnes. Takes it up. It's blocked. You know, Clark, just thinking back to that Cavs-Celtics series for just a second, Rondo was absolutely huge for them. Do you think that's when it became apparent that this is his team going on?
Oh, I think so, Kevin. I mean, he really stepped up and took ownership of this team, but you still have to give credit to the older guys, too. Now, KG, Pierce a tad late. Good call by the official.
At the line of the Lakers,
The first one falls.
Barnes. Taking 2 shots.
And so he hits both. Here's Rondo. No points for him. 39 seconds left in the first. Blocked. The Lakers trail. Goes up. And Shannon Brown with the slam.
Boy, when you run the fast break correctly, it's a thing of beauty.
And out of bounds.
Completely, and the ball just sailed out of bounds.
Andrew Bynum's checked in for the Lakers. Artest comes in for Matt Barnes. The Celtics also changing it up. Paul Pierce is checked in for Allen. And Delonte West is subbed in for Rajon Rondo. Here's Brown. Buries the short-range shot. Brown's got his second basket of the night.
What a run. They're making shots and playing lockdown deep.
And here's Rondo. Still looking to get on the scoreboard. On the court for the Celtics, second quarter underway. Glenn Davis out there with Green. Then it's Rajon Rondo. Then it's Pierce and West.
They're hovering around 50% for the game in three-pointers. That's pretty good. But they've really elevated here in the second quarter.
Artest against Pierce. And it's Artest missing.
Well, he doesn't have the softest touch. And with the D right in his face, that made all the difference. This Celtics team came away with 17 wins against the West last year. Solid numbers against a really tough conference.
For 3 years is that he has become an incredible leader. Before, there was no question that he was the best basketball player in the world, just like he is now. He was dominant every night, but he didn't take on that leadership role. Now, he is the total package. Guys, it's tough to argue with the success the Lakers have had with Kobe leading them.
You're right about that. Thanks, Doris. And the Lakers making a change here. That record Clark Boston had against the West, you mentioned those numbers were actually down 4 from a year ago for the Celts.
Yeah, but across the board, they had a bit of a down year.
Making a switch here are the Celtics.
Ray Allen.
Allen's checked in. Outside, Kobe. Picked up by Davis. Shoots from 12. And again, the Lakers no good.
Well, he's had a tough time shooting the ball today. His percentage has been way down compared to what he normally does. I think that's a big reason that they're down.
West against. Here's Blake. And Allen picks him up defensively. Pass to Bryant. Good from 11 feet out. Kobe's got 6 points. You know, Kobe battled injuries last season, a broken index finger that became arthritic, but somehow he still found a way to lead his team.
Testimony to his will, Kevin. I mean, you think about it, 27 points a game, 4th in the league in scoring, cold-blooded, the best finisher perhaps in the league, and when the Lakers need a big shot, he typically comes through.
Here's West. He's got 6. Leads him with the pass. Allen, defended by Gasol. Kobe with the steal. So it's the Lakers now. In the second quarter, they've given up just 3 points. Pierce against Artest. West. And some changes here for the Lakers. Bynum comes in for Pau Gasol. And Matt Barnes is subbed in for Lamar Odom. Bynum inside. And laid up and in. Bynum's got his first 2 points of the night. Boston trailing. Now West. Pierce for 3. Kept alive. Allen for 3. Boston again missing. Here are the Lakers. And here is Barnes. Here's Artest. And that's good on the basket.
You know, it went in, but even if it didn't, you could call getting a shot that close a successful offensive trip, a good quality look.
Looking at this Laker team along with Dallas, LA had the best record against the East of all the Western Conference teams.
And Kevin, not surprisingly, those were your top 2 seeds in the West when the regular season came to an end.
Here's Blake, defended by West. Pass to Kobe. And Allen picks him up defensively. 3 on the clock. Going back to the
teams from the East, and that's exactly what they did.
And these conferences take great pride overall in the kind of teams they have, and I think right now it's fair to say that the West has a little bit of an advantage over the East.
Yeah, when you take a look at it.
First personal foul.
Making a switch here are the Celtics. That free throw missing. Rajon Rondo becoming a star. He always seems to step up his game, Clark, come the postseason.
Yeah, he is absolutely terrific. Does it in all categories. He averaged nearly a triple-double in the 2009 playoffs. 17, 10 assists, and almost 10 rebounds a game for Rondo.
He was pretty close to that last year, too.
Yeah.
On the wing, Kobe, defended by Allen. Gasol backing down. The Lakers need to get a shot off here.
The lob was a little misjudged, and he couldn't get control of it.
Can't get it to go. And it's the Lakers taking it the other way. Here's Kobe. Launches the open J.
He's had some problems finding the range here in this quarter.
Rondo kicks to O'Neal. Allen for the three. That's good. Allen's got 9 points.
And there he goes. He didn't get a three in the first, but starting to look for it here.
And Fisher kicks to Barnes. The Celtics with a chance to retake the lead. Stolen away. Just 1 second between the shot clock and game clock. Kobe to Bryant. Over Garnett. Kobe gets the bucket. 11 points in the game.
He was really a non-factor in that first quarter, and he's found a way to step it up here.
Here's Pierce, and he jams it in beautifully.
A pretty finish right there, Kevin. Take it up and then throw that.